What's happening, man? It's your boy Ant from Life of CMT. Welcome back to the podcast. Hopefully, you guys are doing fantastic. If so, let me know down in those comments down below, man. It is a Thursday night. Moon is in Libra. That's why we're sitting back. We're analyzing energies. We're looking at things from a different perspective, and we're getting deep tonight. All right, the moon's gonna go in Scorpio real soon. It's gonna go in Scorpio tomorrow, Friday into Saturday, where we got that full moon in Scorpio coming up. Cool energy, should be awesome for many people. I'm chillaxing tonight. It's a Thursday night. I've had a long week, drinking myself a nice Corona. All right, we had a nice CBD joint earlier, which is non-psychoactive, so I ain't no damn pothead. Don't come for me, okay? But it's good. You gotta relax sometimes. You gotta relax, sit back, look at collective energies, look at your life, and analyze some shit. I think that's so important. And the stuff that I got to talk about right now is cool. I think it's really going to benefit people. But before we get into that, man, really shout out everybody for enjoying the podcast. If you love this podcast, like this podcast, comment down below. Let me know that you like it. That's really going to make me happy. For the people that are like, why the fuck am I wearing sunglasses? The light's really bothering my eyes right now. The light kind of always bothers my eyes. I wear sunglasses all the time. So anytime I have this ring light, which you can see over here, excuse me. Anytime I got the ring light up in my face, even when I'm recording videos, it tends to bother me. I just want good light. Oh my god, I'm fucking dying over here with the burps. But yeah, man. Also, I don't know if this is gonna be on Apple Podcasts or not. If not, I'm trying to get on that or put it on a different platform so not everybody has to watch the YouTube video. But yeah, let's get into it, dude. It's a cool night analyzing some shit. I was having a chat with my guides the other day, and I knew that I had to bring this up on the podcast. And we keep hearing this message of the 2019 Ascension. 2019 Ascension. Now, people that haven't had a spiritual awakening, or even people that did, are like, what the fuck is the 2019 Ascension? You will see many different views. You will see many different topics on other people's channels or in the news or people that blog and stuff. But I asked my guides on a personal note, what is the 2019 Ascension? And my guides sat back and they said, 2019 is the year of self-love. That is where everybody's ascending to. Everybody's ascending to self-love. You have been seeing people getting jaded as fuck and transforming. Y'all seen it in all the reads. I've seen it in many reads. Man, all the reads I did this week were nuts. We're crazy, all the mid-monthlies, right? And it's the energies of people are jaded, but people are growing. People are transforming. You're seeing a lot of people on the planet right now saying, you know what? Fuck the experiences I've had in the past. Forget all that stuff. Forget about the way that people have made me feel. I'm going to make myself feel good. I'm going to love myself. I'm going to take care of myself. You have been seeing a lot of independence lately. You know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with relationships, and I'll get into that aspect later, but you're seeing a lot of people moving to a very independent state. And it's good for now. You know, we're seeing a lot of people getting out of relationships and taking more care of themselves. But the reason why we're seeing this right now is one very important thing that should be taught, because it can be used to our advantage. It doesn't have to be a disadvantage. It can be advantageous, if that's a damn word. This is called the law of mirror. Now, do I believe that every single person on the planet is a mirror of you? No. I don't believe every single person on the planet's a mirror of you. But I do believe people that you come across or come in contact can be a mirror of you, very much so. Maybe not all the time, but in times that are important, they definitely are. When we take a look at relationships, which are one of the most intimate things that we have here on Earth, we can see the mirror reflection. Every relationship you choose to be in is technically a spitting image of you, whether you are conscious of it or not. Same thing with your friends, man. Let me tell you something important about your friends. Your friends are you, with like borderline personality disorder. You know what I'm saying? Your different personalities are in your friends. If you ever want to judge a person or see what a person's like, take a look at the person's friends or who they surround themselves with. You'll get to know that person real quick, because your friends are who you are too. So it's really cool to see that energy as well. Getting back to the relationships though, a lot of people are going to be like, hey, I was in an abusive relationship. How is that a reflection of me? I'm not abusive. You may not be abusive to other people, but you were probably abusive to yourself. Now, when we use the word abuse, I don't like using that. That can get way out of line. Abuse can be a word that gets way taken out of proportion where it shouldn't even be there in the first place. Let's talk about toxic or negative, right? Many people are consistently focused on the way that people treat them rather than how they're treating themselves. So it's almost like a wake-up call here. Let's say, for example, we got a girl named Sally and a guy named James. Sally and James are dating and in a relationship. And James has a tendency of consistently pointing out Sally's flaws. They're dating. They've been dating for a year. And James always likes to point out Sally's flaws, what's wrong with Sally, whatever's going on with Sally. And Sally's like, James, what the fuck? Like, you know I don't feel happy about these things. Boom. Right there. James, you know I don't feel happy about these things that you're pointing out, these insecurities that you're pointing out. He's a reflection of what you're feeling on the inside. Whatever is trying to be healed or whatever is trying to be released will usually show up in other people. And when you sit back and look at it, Sally was the person who was having consistent insecurities. Sally was always feeling insecure in every dress she wore. Sally was always feeling insecure about her hairstyle or about the way she looked when she went out. And James would consistently point it out. And Sally's like, why does James need to always point it out? That hurts me. Because maybe the way that Sally's looking at herself is what is actually damaging her, not necessarily James. Let me tell you something real quick. A confident person, a person who is confident in who they are, does not give a flying fuck about what anybody in the entire universe has to say about them. Period. But a person who has hatred for themselves or is uncomfortable with who they are will take any comment that a person says about them in a negative light and let that replay on loop in their head over and over and over and over again. Okay? So how do we use this to an advantage? Well, we have to understand that it can go both ways. It's not always just about you. It can be about other people too. Sometimes people will project what they got going on onto you. I've seen it many times. There will be people, let's say, for example, you're hanging around with your family members or your friends. Let's say they're in a bad mood. They can take that bad mood and throw it on you even though you didn't do nothing. Right? But it can go the same way with how you feel can play out in other people. It's a two-way street that works in our reality. And it's interesting to see how it plays out. You know, sometimes people will be rude to you for no reason. And it might not even be about you. Somebody can be utterly disrespectful towards you. But let's bring an example for a second. A person walks up to you and says, you know what? You just look absolutely disgusting. Like, I don't even know why you came out here today. That is so rude, right? But maybe that had nothing to do about you and had everything to do about them. Maybe the person that said that to you secretly feels insecure about how they look. So to make themselves feel better, they said that to you. It goes around both ways, okay? So throughout this year, in the 2019 Ascension, the Ascension of Self-Love, we're seeing everybody turning to not giving much of a fuck about what other people are saying, but more people are caring about how they feel about themselves. Because like I said, a confident woman, a confident man doesn't care what anybody else says. They care about how they feel. And I like this shift that we're going through because we should only be caring about how we feel on the inside, about how we feel about ourselves, not about how other people view us. Because other people will be, people that are in alignment with you will view you the way you view yourself. Understand that first and foremost. People that are in vibrational resonance with you will view you the way you're viewing yourself. If you view yourself as a beautiful, positive person, if you view yourself as an amazing, abundant person, everybody in your vibrational vortex will be viewing you that same exact way. There may be some haters on the outside. Wear your hater blockers. Fuck them. They probably got some shit going on with them too. This whole entire world is a projection of everybody's thoughts and everybody's consciousness. This entire world is a projection of consciousness. All right? But the main lesson to learn here is that people are our greatest teachers. They can teach you about things that you got going on with yourself that you didn't even know about in the first place or were unaware of. And you can do the same thing to other people as well. People are the greatest teachers. Maybe let's not get mad about every comment somebody makes towards us, but maybe let's reflect why that comment was made in the first place. If it had nothing to do with you and everything to do with them, that's fine. Send that person love and leave it be. Many of you will use the quote, fuck you. That's fine too. Although, one good thing is even though people are assholes and people can be assholes, don't send that person any harm. Just say, at the end of the day, this person's a dick, but I send them love and good energy. You know? Keep it classy or somewhat trashy classy, right? But moving forward from this energy, analyze things. Let's not try to let every little thing get to us. Let's try to analyze why things were said. Was there something inside me that I should reflect on, that I need to heal? Or is it something going on with them that maybe they need that extra love and energy for? There's a lot of projections, and like I said, this world is nothing but a giant world of consciousness being projected outwards from everybody's free will, everybody's point of view, right? 2019 Ascension, self-love, man. It's good. It's going to be a good one. It's going to be a big lesson this year. I'm not going to dabble into the word karma, or maybe I will later in the night. But I'm not going to dabble into it now. Maybe another podcast we'll talk about karma. But I think I think this year is going to be a very special year for seeing everybody's growth and transformation, from seeing everybody learning to give less of a fuck about what everybody else got going on and giving more of a fuck about what they got going on. And I think that's important. We got to start looking at us more and reflecting on our stuff more instead of putting the blame on everybody else. Take a look at your life and what you can improve. Because at the end of the day, one of the biggest reasons why we're here, we all have different missions, different soul missions, different life paths, right? But one of the biggest reasons why we're here too is to have the evolution of the soul, is to have growth. Okay? I grew up really quickly. I'm 19. A lot of people think I'm in my 20s. A lot of people think I'm 24. I'll be turning 20 soon, June 22nd. I was born in 99, so shout out to that. Really excited to turn 20. I'm getting out of my teen years, as we call it. But, you know, I have that energy because I've gone through shit. And a lot of people have gone through shit. And, you know, also, I'm an old soul. I've been here plenty of times. I've had that compliment many a times. And, you know, there's a lot of old souls on the planet. And there's a lot of people that have gone through shit, too. This world is based off growth and the evolution of the soul, and we should always be thirsty to learn something new. And we should always be focused on growing more and more as much as we can. Trying to understand people as much as we can, but not even just that, trying to understand ourselves as much as we can. Because the reality of the situation is we're waking up more and more to who we actually are. That's what's really, really nuts. We're waking up to more and more of who we actually are. Every time we grow, we become more of ourselves again. We become whole again. And I think a lot of people are getting interested in becoming whole, and we should be happy. We should be whole. You know, let me break this down real quick, because like y'all know, my first episode of the podcast was just, I don't know if it was very uncoordinated or not, but podcasts are supposed to be uncoordinated anyways. We're not supposed to stick on one topic the entire time. This isn't a Q&A, right? So let's just sit back and enjoy whatever we got going on. Now, where was my head going with this question? That's the real answer. Yes. Okay. Here we go. A lot of people have a crazy perception of this world. Everybody's perception is what they'll see. You know, what you see is what you'll get, right? What you see. So whatever you're perceiving in this world is what your experience will turn out to be. If you view this world as a piece of crap world, you'll have a piece of crap experience. If you view this world as a world of vast opportunities, you'll have vast opportunities. If you view this world as heaven on earth, shit, you'll have a poppin' ass life. The way I like to view the world is I like to view the world as a dream. Because at the end of the day, there really is nothing separating a dream from this world we're experiencing today. We create a reality all the time. We align with different realities every fucking second. We can manifest shit whenever we want. You know, a lot of people don't believe in law of attraction, but believe me, law of attraction is very real. It's a very powerful thing. You'll get to a point where you manifest at will. You don't have to worry about law of attraction or, you know, I am becoming a millionaire. It's like you can just manifest in a second with a thought and a belief of I'm a fucking millionaire and you're balling with money. You know what I'm saying? You can attract shit at will when you get to that point with law of attraction. Believe me. Let me blow out this candle. Just so I don't use all this up. Ooh, that is hot as a motherfucker. God damn, that's a purity candle, by the way. Really, really good for raising the vibration, so shout out to that. But yeah, getting back to the topic, everybody's got a different perception of the world. So, you know, I like to view the world as a dream. And the reason why I view that is because you can ideally, this world, you can do whatever you want, and you can literally, this world is limitless. There is an infinite amount of possibilities. We can do whatever the fuck we want. And I think that's so cool. And that's what you can do in like a lucid dream. Do whatever the fuck you want. So if this world's like a dream, and if this is a human experience, and when I think of the word experience, I think of like cool shit. So if it's an experience, we should be focused on having a fucking great experience. Not having a stressful experience, not having an angry experience, not having a I hate myself experience, or I hate this, or I hate that. We should be having fun. It doesn't matter how old you are. It doesn't matter how knees deep in bills you're in. It doesn't matter about any of that crap. When we recognize that this world is dreamlike, the more dreamlike your life will become. When you recognize that life is like a dream, the more dreamlike your life will become. That is a quote from Aaron Doughty. Don't know if he's the one who created it or not, but I love that quote. Because this world really is like a dream. You can make anything come true. You can change any state of being you're in or any state of vibration. If you're a person that's suffering with depression, you can crawl the fuck out of it. Because I've done it. And depression is the topic that I have to break down in a complete separate video to talk about it. Because depression can be sensitive to many people. And I empathize with the people that are going through depression. But I want people to actually have that hope and understanding that it does not matter how low or depressed you're at. I swear on my life and I promise you that you can break out of it. You can break free from depression, because I've done it. I've had really tragic moments in my past of depression and serious anxiety, and I broke free of that. And anybody can, and I believe in everyone. If anyone's that watching this video or watching this or listening to this podcast, it might be on Apple Podcasts soon, hopefully. But if anybody's listening to this podcast, I promise you, you're worth living. Like, you are worth surviving. You can do something great. You have so much potential. You don't have a life to waste, because life isn't a waste. Life is a gift. You have every opportunity right now to make something amazing of yourself. Give yourself a shot. Give yourself a shot and give yourself just a little bit of belief. Put your foot in the door and believe in yourself. Because if you believe in yourself, you can achieve absolutely anything that this reality has to offer. So you really are worth living right now. You really are worth surviving right now. You really do deserve to be here. Just as much as everybody else, you deserve to live and you deserve to be happy. And you can make that happen. And all it really takes is that one positive thought, that one positive change, and start building some momentum, and you can get out of that. I promise you. Okay? And I may touch basis on my depression and how I've transformed it from depression in a different podcast video. But going back to how I view the world kind of like a dream, it really is like a dream. And we can be changing that. We can do anything. We can enjoy the world. We can have an experience. So I think that it's great that we're having this 2019 self-love ascension, because self-love is going to get people to be more interested in doing stuff that makes them happy, interested in taking care of themselves, interested in traveling the world, interested in taking themselves out on a date, interested in, going with like-minded people and not people that don't serve them. When you love yourself, you'll go with a person that's in your vibrational resonance. It'll be the same thing if you don't love yourself, right? So for people that don't love themselves, they'll usually end up in toxic situations, abusive relationships, negative relationships. But for the people that love themselves, they'll end up in relationships where it's likewise. It's Six of Pentacles type of shit. And it's a beautiful thing to see for those people. Because when you really are content in who you are 110%, you will have a partner that adds that happiness and value to your life and that contentment right back. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I think we got to see the world as a little bit more lighthearted. And we have to be a little more lighthearted towards it. And that's why I like the self-love ascension, because a lot of people are going to be more lighthearted. A lot of people are going to be taking themselves a lot more into consideration, as you should, And it doesn't mean, self-love doesn't mean selfishness either. It doesn't mean you're going to be a selfish person. It doesn't mean that you're going to be this fucking girl or guy that just does nothing for humanity, does nothing for anybody else. I think we should always do shit for humanity. I think out of our own goodness, you know what I'm saying? Not to get good karma. Okay, you're kind of a dick if that's what you're doing nice deeds for. But if you're genuinely a good person and doing good things for good people, that is a good feeling too. And it also is great to help humanity and help people as much as you can. That's what I love doing. That's my job as a tarot reader, to give the best advice I possibly can. And also to have some therapeutic times, have some awesome podcasts. Let's hang out, spread good vibes, talk about stuff. It doesn't matter what it is we're talking about. It's just talk about things that people like or things that maybe people will find fascinating. It's about, spread the high vibration. Sorry for the camera shake. But spread the high vibration. The world is going on a trip. Speaking of ascensions, we're talking about many timelines. We're talking about moving to New Earth in maybe 100 years or so, 50 years or so. There's this concept that we will move to New Earth where everybody is at a 5D state of consciousness. As you've seen, everybody on the planet is spiritual awakening right now or going through one. There are so many people having a spiritual awakening. It's beautiful. It's beautiful to see that. And it makes me really happy. And I think it's going to be really great for the people. So, we may be moving towards New Earth. That is a prediction that many spiritual gurus, spiritual people are seeing happening. And that's a beautiful thing. And it's not the New Age movement. That just came into my head. Please, we got to stop associating what we do as the New Age movement. I don't know where that title came from. I don't know where it is. It reminds me of like a punk rock scene. Like, it reminds me of music. Like, New Age music. Like, that makes sense. New ways of doing things, but it's not a movement of what we're doing. What we've been doing, or the things that we're preaching, are things that have been out thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. Look at astrology. Look at the Egyptians way back fucking when. They were doing astrology, essentially, right? So nothing that we're doing here is new. I just want to make that a topic or make that a point. It really irks me. I don't know why it irks me. I feel like, you know what? Let's get back to it. Why does it irk me? Libra energy, Libra moon, analyze some shit. Maybe it irks me because it's almost like people are trying to because it's not a conservative way that people think, even though it's been around for a long time. Maybe because it's something that's unusual to the common person. Maybe it's because somebody's scared to change their ways of viewing things. Maybe that irks me because I like people to be open. Maybe it irks me because I like people to, explore things, experience things, and not be confined, because back then as a child or as a teenager I was confined. Maybe that's how I feel, right? Because I like to do things, I like to be open, I like to learn new shit, I like to resonate with new things. I used to be a very confined, anxiety, bedridden, depressed kid, so maybe that's why right there. I like how we can relate to things in my life. That's cool. But overall, life, I think, is going exactly how it should. The world is in a place of massive reproduction. The world is in a place of people awakening and getting to a good point in their life and exploring themselves and, going towards their heart desires. Whatever their heart's desiring, keep on going towards it, man. Keep on enjoying your life. Keep on chasing your passions. Keep on loving yourself to the fullest extent, because if you don't love yourself, who's going to love you? Shit, I had to learn that the hard way. I had a lot of flaws. I had a lot of insecurities. I used to think I was a very, 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 as I mentioned previously in my other podcasts, I used to think I was ugly. I'm not. I'm a beautiful motherfucker. You're a beautiful motherfucker. Everybody's beautiful. I say this all the time. Someone may think you're ugly and another person may think you're fucking sexy as hell. Well, how's the saying go? One man's treasure is another man's, trash or some shit like that? Or one man's trash is another man's treasure? Abso-fucking-lutely. Not everybody's going to see you the same way that someone else does. But with all the people on the planet, someone thinks you're hot, someone thinks you're ugly, someone thinks you are fuckable, someone thinks you are the best thing since white bread. It's just going to go that way. So it's almost like, instead of bringing yourself down, bring yourself up, because someone's going to want you. And it really will always work out when it comes towards relationships. So the people that are struggling with relationships and the people that are struggling with not believing that they'll get these things, you got to understand, if you don't have faith that you'll have a beautiful relationship, that you'll find a partner that really matches you, you're always going to be in that lack. You're always going to be searching. Sometimes you got to just stop resisting, have some faith in the universe, that the universe is going to give you the best person at the right time. The universe is going to give you that person you've been looking for your entire life, and everything will work out for the best. If you program your mind to resonate that way, to believe that everything will work out exactly as intended, everything will work out the best way it's supposed to, you don't got nothing to worry about, because it will happen for you. Damn, that's another podcast topic. We got to talk about negative. Well, I talked about the last podcast a little bit about negative beliefs, but I want to talk about the negative perceptions, how we're programmed to fail in life. And it's beautiful that the awakening is happening here because we are no longer failing in life. Like I said, 2019 Ascension, we are progressing in life. So no more failure. Put the good juju and the good vibes in the air. I like it. I like it, man. I like it. Oh, boy. I'm one of those people that can talk for hours. I can talk about anything and everything. I can talk to myself, which I like it. It's a Gemini quality. It's a Gemini ADD quality. They always try to say Gemini's got ADD. I ain't taking Adderall. I don't fuck with pills. I'm pretty sure none of you. Some of you might, but a good amount of my supporters probably wouldn't. Pills are terrible for you. Pills are like the worst thing for you. Pills have more side effects than even like they have positive effects, and you don't even know those effects could be fucking placebos. Like literally taking Xanax, just because there's a belief to Xanax that it makes you feel calm, that belief might make you feel calm. It's like if I can give you a sugar pill and be like, yo, excuse me, I give you a sugar pill and be like, yo, this is a Xan, and you'll feel calm right then and there. That's a placebo right then and there, you know. But either way, it's just one of those things where I think we got to stop identifying, for pills at least, we got to stop talking about, or at least feeding the people these pills that are having more side effects than positive effects. I think that we need to have more healthier alternatives. Excuse me, that came out wrong. I sounded like a fucking French person. Caviar. Healthier alternatives to allowing people to have some sort of relief to whatever they're experiencing. Brain power, for one. Your brain's the most powerful tool in the entire universe. All you need is your brain. You don't need anything else. Keep in mind, the world is inside you, not outside of you. So anything that you need comes from within, not from outside. So ideally, you can heal yourself. Even scientists are proving this right now. Your brain can regenerate cells. Your brain can heal you 110%. So if you have the belief that you are that powerful to heal yourself, shit, you will. There are motherfuckers in this earth, I swear to God, that are levitating right now, that are healing themselves, that are growing back arms and shit. Motherfuckers are doing that somewhere, okay? But man, Big Pharma, they gotta go down. Now look, a lot of people like weed, okay? Weed can have some negative effects, it can have some positive ones. Overall, it's not the worst thing in the world. Weed is pretty good. It's not the worst thing in the world. Do I think weed should outstomp pharmaceutical companies? Fuck yeah. Pharmaceutical companies are paying off weed right now so that they can keep growing and processing. Okay? Wow, this all got brought up just because of the Gemini ADD compliment. But overall, man, just don't do pills. Don't get stuck on pills. They can be addictive too. And the pharmaceutical companies, they don't care about your health. They don't. They don't give a fuck about your health. They don't care if you feel better at all. Maybe the doctors do. And because these pills have proof to work, but the people that make the pills, people that provide them, they don't give a fuck about you. They don't. They just want to make money off of you because you'll get temporary, excuse that, let me say that one more time, temporary relief from these pills. So you can keep coming back for more and putting more money, cha-ching, in their fucking pocket. I could see future podcasts is going to be like this, man. We're going to get ADD as fuck. Either way, though, man, I think I'm going to cut this one now. Cut this one off because I did want to touch bases on that 2019 Ascension, that self-love, how people can be a reflection of you, a mirror of you, which is really true. It stands true. With that Libra energy, you know, we should look from within, and we should always look from within first. Let's not get mad at what somebody said. Fuck what somebody said. Ask yourself why they said that. What type of way are you feeling? Why did this affect you? Why do you feel offended by this? It's something inside you probably that you got to heal anyways. But I think that we're on a beautiful track. I think that we are on a beautiful track in the world. There's a lot of problems in the world. We can't solve them overnight. But there's a lot of things right now and a lot of good things that are happening in this universe in regards to people that we're seeing. And we're seeing a lot of growth, a lot of souls evolving. And we're seeing a lot more positivity being brought forth into the world right now. And I really love this energy for everybody. So cheers to that, man. But either way go, guys, I really appreciate everybody coming out. I appreciate everybody watching, especially to the people that watched or listened all the way through, shout out to you guys. You guys are fucking phenomenal. You guys are awesome. Thank you guys so much for coming out. Much appreciated. I will see you guys next Friday for the next podcast episode. I may post something on my Instagram, so shout out my Instagram at cancermoons.tarot if you guys want to submit any questions when I put that post online for what you'd like to hear me talk about the podcast and things of that nature. Guys, have an awesome and amazing blessed day. Really enjoy your day. Life is like a dream. When you resonate with that, the more dream life your life will become. Enjoy it. The world's limitless. It's meant to be positive. It's only going up and up and getting better. All right? Take care, guys. Peace.